guys should be able to hear me now. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure to have you here. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And essentially, as a spiritual healer, what I do pretty much is that I help people to become mentally and emotionally balanced. And the idea of helping you to become emotionally and mentally balanced is for you to attain the highest state of consciousness, meaning for you to become more aware of who you are. But also, this is also you embodying physical and the non-physical aspect of yourself. Now you have a broader perspective. Now you transcend. I mean, the act of transcending, it's right in the center, but the center, they have to come together. It has to become whole. So, that's pretty much the idea behind it. But when I'm referring to helping you to become emotionally, let's just say, balanced, what I'm truly talking about here is for you to truly understand your emotions. First, you would have to understand what your emotions are, to get in touch with it, to make it yours, to master your emotions. It's important that you understand what your emotions are. And in addition to that, for you to learn how it works, you being able to for you to make it yours. But that really, I mean, that's what mastery is all about, pretty much. To make anything yours, making it part of your life. You've mastered how to brush your teeth. You're a master of that. You can do it while you're doing a whole other stuff, and you're not even paying attention to it. Now that's mastery. You made it yours, part of your routine. You made it part of your makeup. So, but for you to do that with your emotions, you would have to understand them, meaning you would have to acknowledge, have a direct experience with them. And that direct experience until you understanding how they work, how they function, understanding your emotional patterns, and if there's any blockages, how to remove them. I mean, this is what, being emotionally balanced is all about. Or at least that's what, I teach you. Then in addition to that, also help you, to become mentally balanced. Now, again, like how do you control your mental? How do you become mentally balanced? If you don't understand how your own mind works, it's impossible. Or how do you, become mentally balanced if you don't understand how you've been trained to think? Because based on how you were trained to think, then you're going to have a certain perspective. Then you're going to have a certain ideas. So they building you to think one way. So when we're talking about, and in addition to that too, just so you guys know, I also talk about the true self, the false self. Now, when I'm talking about the false self, I'll give you a perfect example. It's like a lot of us been trained to be or to act or to be who we should be or to act as, what I'm saying? It's not, I mean, you're pretty much living life on who you should be on a fucking image. I mean, I know it. I hope that you know it. It's all around you. That's your reality. In terms of, people are keeping up with the Joneses, motherfuckers are being greedy, and all of that shit derives out of that. The more you stay away from the mind, I mean, from the self. the more chaotic. Oh, I'm going to be talking about that too. The more chaotic your worlds become. And as you can see in the title here, like enlightenment is your only sanity. Until you become truly like you know who you are, that's when you become sane. And I'll get to show it to you too, even in our society. Like the criminals, the people who are doing that. You have a lot of people that are psychology. I mean, there's a lot of shit that took place in their lives. A lot of disappointments. Like they became a certain way. They think a certain way. The people are perishing due to lack of knowledge. So again, the more lack of knowledge that you pretty much have, I mean, the more insane you're gonna be. But anyway, I'm jumping ahead of myself here. But that's the conversation that we're gonna be talking about tonight, man. Even as a human being, like to be the best human being, you is a spiritual person. Why? Because of a whole lot of shit. You have compassion for other people. You love yourself, so therefore, what I'm saying. That's why you are forgiven. You forgive them. You don't judge them. You accept them. I mean, how more respectful can a monk be when a motherfucker's telling you namaste? That acknowledgement in itself, because he's saying he acknowledged, because he knows the person in him. This is what the namaste shit is telling you. I can only see you that way because I know who I am. That's why when I talk to people, like self love, has to do with you loving those divine qualities about you. Then now, once you acknowledge that in you, that's what you look for in other people. But that entails for you to have a highest state, like a highest state of consciousness or a higher state of consciousness for you to acknowledge that about you, meaning now you're becoming more aware of yourself too. But anyway, just to summarize, I mean, and that's why too, when you're dealing with your mental, then you would have to understand your culture, your society, your political shit. All of it is part of you. They they actually they shape you a certain way. For instance, we're in a country where this is a gang mentality. The whole country thinking gangs. The White House, you have different gangs, the Democrats, what I'm saying? You always have two opposite shit. Then in the hood, this shit's translated into Bloods and Crips, whatever the fuck. This is eating from the tree of good and evil. You know what I'm saying? And that is the foundation of insanity. That type of thinking in itself too. Meaning it's not a whole thinking. It's that's why there's always a fight between, like the light and the dark. But then once you attain a higher state of consciousness, you understand polarity now. There's just two sides of the same coin. Then you have a whole different approach. There's no fight when you understand this is okay. Tomatoes, tomatoes, dog. Like, are we gonna argue about tomatoes, tomatoes? You don't know what fucking tomatoes are? I mean, them are tomatoes, nigga. Same fucking difference. That's the type of wisdom that allow you to transcend. That's how now you able to, let's just say, see beyond the veil, but most importantly, you're you're like everything. I just don't see how I can describe. I mean, I'm just giving you parts of it. But anyway, you have to understand your culture, because it's training you to think a certain way. And because you were raised in this country, there's a certain behavior that you're gonna have. Otherwise, well, what would have made you American? So you have to be aware of all these things for you to become the master of yourself, of you. You know what I'm saying? Now you have the environment now, but the master of you. That's why we transmute nationality. We go beyond all that shit. Not because we were rejecting it, only because we see the bigger picture. So meaning we're not rejecting. But anyway, and that's also we're gonna be talking about that too. But essentially, as a spiritual healer, that's what I do. That's what I help you to do. And now, if you're coming back, well, niggas, you already know. It's always a scene every time I have to welcome you, motherfuckers. Like, I mean, I always got to make something out of it. I'm not taking it lightly because you're coming back, baby. It's good for you. Good for you. So I got to cherish that. Keep taking notes, man. Mom's gonna be proud of you, man. You're doing good. Come on, man. Yeah. You're doing excellent. Now, guys, you already know. You know what I'm saying? Let's break some bread, nothing but love. So let's share it. You know what I'm saying? This is giving you a piece of me, baby. All you gotta do is open up you know what I'm saying? Close your eyes, open up your mouth. The body of Christ, baby. That's all we're doing. We're giving sights to the blinds, man. So, welcome back, motherfuckers. With that being said, as part of my routine, guys, I always take a minute, as a spiritual healer, especially if this is your first time, that I'll let you understand, the whole thing here. Like, I already told you what I do and how I do it. And now I'm going to let you know, the source of my information, nigga. I'm gonna let you know. Like, you see? And that's what becoming mentally balanced is all about too. Do you understand? This is me creating my own world, and that's what I'm letting you know. Create your, come on, but you're gonna have to do it for yourself. But until you know who you are, you're lost. So now I always take a minute to let you know about spirituality because that's the foundation of this whole thing here. So then now I get to tell you guys, okay, so when we're talking about spirituality, it's nothing but your fucking regular life. It's talking about you, your nature. Now, for you now to bypass what you're looking at, because just another part of the spirituality is the occult, where you're dealing with sacred texts, sacred knowledge, esoteric knowledge. All of these things are, what I'm saying, like inner knowledge, shit that will open up your consciousness type of shit. That's why they're dealing with the occult, because they're dealing with the dark side of you, meaning the part of you that is not, that other people do not see. And that's the part of you that you need to get to know. And as you're doing that, now when you're talking to other people, that's the part of them that you're looking for. But for you to do that, you would have to master yourself. And mastering yourself it goes beyond the actual physical world. Because even when you're trying to get to know, let's just say, even if we're getting to our fucking essence, right? Let's strip away everything. Your look, your nationality, whatever the fuck. Okay, so we're getting like deeper to you. Like, who the fuck is you, dog? Then you're saying, it's like now they telling you you can create what it, the world is based on how you see it. That's who you are. You are that person that look at life based on how you see it. You could call it, for me, it's a thinking thing, a consciousness. The Kabbalion calls it, how the fuck does nigga call it again? A living mind. Because believe it or not, we are all creating our fucking reality. And this is the thing they're not really telling you about, even the law of manifestation. It's almost like they're telling you, you know what? You're not creating. Let me teach you how to create. Now you can create. No, 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 no. You've been creating. Now what you're trying to do is to change what you've been creating to something else. This shit ain't no secret. That's why even when the shit came out, the collective consciousness grabbed it. Understand, whenever you see the population go for something, they already know it. And that's the true power of marketing too. If you know, you know. That's what these niggas do in marketing. Is to study that other side of you, your psychology, not looking to persuade you to buy a certain product, but to know exactly what you're looking for, and then they give it to you. These niggas are not gambling with money. That's what you see even in the fucking music industry. These niggas, hey, this is what's selling, dog. So now you're saying you want to create a new trend. Like, this is what's selling. You got to understand a different perspective. This is all, it's all spiritual. It's all mental. So to get into your nature in itself. I mean, you are, that living mind, that energy, whichever term you want to use. But the one thing for sure is that you're more than this, than what you look like. Now that part, if you can even go, like, if you don't can't even reach that part, well, shit, come back again, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's okay, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, man. It happens, man. It happens to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But just know it's your turn to go back. That's it, man. So truly, when we're talking about spirituality, it's your life. It's who you are. Then now there's something called mythology. Talked about that too. That is the number one mind control, meaning the number one thing that allows you to create a world that allows you to create shit better or faster. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're like those living data people, the energy, because the energy has data in it. Then you understand, if you understand your aura, then your chakra, all of these things, these are not shit, let's just say, the occult are creating. These are not imaginary shit. These are shit that are truly part of you. Meanwhile, you're looking like this. You know what I'm saying? That's why the occult is only giving you a better understanding of who the fuck you are. So you gotta make that shit yours, baby. Now, because a lot of people don't see it that way, because they were not they were never trained to think independently. Because here's something else too. Our mythology, we knew, it's just like I tell somebody, right? You don't why would you not celebrate fucking Santa Claus, man? Why the fuck not? I love this nigga. Why the fuck not? See, when you understand, okay, when was the last time you ever had to convince a kid, let's just say by the age of 11, let's just stress it a little bit, that Santa Claus does not exist? Nobody. I'm putting my life on this shit. No fucking body. You didn't have to put a gun on their head, but I tell you what though, you may have to put a gun on a nigga head for Jesus. The nigga would die for Jesus though. Now you got to understand what's the difference in those two stories. But most importantly, not just the difference in the stories, but how those people are shaped to act this way. It's not a coincidence. That's why, if you understand a little bit about history, what the Catholic school, church did, that's why they use your shit because they understood now. Oh, this is the best way for me to program your mind. If that's okay, so that would be some of the terms that you niggas use, right? So they know this is the tool that we use to program our people mind, and then that's what they're gonna use for you. Then now we're gonna make shit our way because I want you to look at me as me. So that's why I always tell people when you're trying to say they copy from you, like who the fuck cares? They gotta copy it from you. Who else? Nigga, like baby. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give me something stronger. But again, this is all spirituality here. And this is, depending on your level of consciousness. then you may become spiritual. Now you start looking at shit a little bit different. You are having a different reaction or understanding of what's being presented in front of you. Now you can see nature, you can see how you connect with it, all the good shit, niggas. You in Candy Land, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now you in Candy Land, nigga. Or shit, you create yours. Why the fuck? Make the shit yours. Candy Land, nigga. Fuck is wrong with y'all niggas? Now, oh man. So the biggest misconception about spirituality, bro, it's to think it's outside of you. That's the biggest trick. Like that's like, wow. That's the biggest trick ever. That's what the illusion does. That's why, in so many words, when you're talking about spirituality, it's an inner path. You always gotta have to go inner. That's why you have the Gnostics, knowledge. I know what the path within you, because all of that, the more of you embrace, the greater, so to speak, you become. The more conscious you become. That's why you'll see a lot of people who follow their bliss or their destiny. You just answer the call. I know you heard it. I know you heard it. Answer the call. It's gonna take you on a whole journey that would allow you to transcend, to learn, to transform. And that's when you're dealing with all your fucking orishas, Nick. You know what I'm saying? You're doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I didn't have to go there. My bad. They must be coming through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So, damn, that was such a great angle too, man. That transformation and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And how it led to just by you following yourself. You may not know where you're gonna end up, but babe, you're on the right path, nigga. You can never lose on that path. Yeah, that's guaranteed. It's been proven over and over again. Don't be hard headed, baby. I'm saying this shit is an open book. The manual's out here. It's how you're looking at it too. Let's realign you then. I'm saying let's switch it up a bit, right? So spirituality is your life. So this, if you were to approach yourself that way, man, that would be such a great connection. Like that would be such a great start. Yeah, that would have been such a fucking great start. Like you nailed it. That's why I always tell people, if you could understand that alone, nigga, you got it. You got it. Now all you got to do is just keep going. You're in the right path. You got it, and you will know that too. And me telling you got it, it's not to let you know that you got it. It's me acknowledging you got it. There's a whole lot of getting gotten happening right now. But that's also because life, we are that active being too, that living thinking, that living mind. Oh, we're gonna talk about some shit. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's how you transcend matter. It's just by you truly knowing your true nature, which is for you to know your true nature, you got to have a balanced perspective, meaning you embrace both your physical and your non physical. Now you're looking at it from both sides. You mastered both sides. That's the mind and the body coming together. That's the word being made flesh, baby. You working. You are materializing your God down here. Or where the fuck ever. Or depending on how you're looking at it too. It could be you activating, materializing. But one thing for sure is that there's got to be a direct interaction with it. That's the whole idea behind, all those pretty terms. You know what I'm saying? I love the slick talk. I love it. I ain't gonna lie, I love it. Because that's the power of the words too. You know what I'm saying? That's how the word does what it does. That's the power behind poems, poetry, art. It's how it's being presented. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be well seasoned, baby. Feel me? Come on, man. You are the soul of the world, the light of the world. You doing? You know what I'm saying? All we're doing is you already shining. We're just trying to get you to shine brighter. The brightest, why not? That's what makes you a quality lamp. You know what I'm saying? Be a quality bulb, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Be, I don't know, a million, zillion watts, nigga. And that's what, becoming the crisis or the Krishna. Oh, wake up. I know. You know what I'm saying? What else? Like, which, however the fuck you want to, you want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm saved, whatever the fuck. So now, with that being said, it's like, you know, even when just like I was saying, when you strip, you take everything away, your essence is that you're a living mind. Now people are telling you want to change your life, well, change your reality, change your thoughts. Not just changing a thought, like your thoughts, like your regular way of thinking, meaning changing your consciousness, attain or maybe a higher level. Dream bigger, do it a little bit better, keep going. You can only make it better by keep going, eh? Keep going. That's fine. Just keep going. And that's why you got to follow your path. You know what I'm saying? That's how you move. You know what I'm saying? Like the blind man reading the scripture. That's how I'm living, man. To find out I was a whole fucking book of Eli right here. Like shit. I said, these niggas made a movie about me. So spirituality is just you. But anyway, now with all of that being said, just like I was saying, if only if that alone, works for you, nigga, you good to go. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Now we're gonna jump into enlightenment being your only sanity. Because now, if you get to understand a little bit about yourself in terms of you being more than what you appear to be, understanding now you're dealing with, energy, you're dealing with your emotions, you're dealing with a whole lot. Because in reality, that's why, we're talking about relationships so much. And we're seeing how complex or complicated they are because people are different. And then, you're learning, that you're not just dealing with the motherfucker, you're dealing with their whole family. The shit that she didn't work on. If she, when you have a successful relationship, this bitch did her work, became a grown and sexy ass bitch, and then you on your side, you did the same fucking work. Then now, baby, we're creating a life. Get out of here. Go get your life, motherfucker. Go. Go get it. Go get it. It's yours. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? But this shit's beautiful too. All I'm saying, not only that we're seeing there's more to us than what we appear to be. Again, what I was saying before in terms of that living mind, that energy. See, when you take everything away, listen, man, that's what you get. Do you understand? And that's your nature. That's why a lot of people, when you can't connect to spirituality, or you look at it as being outside of you, you don't know your nature. Ignorant. Oh, those goes by so many different names too. You're sleeping, like, what I'm saying, karmics, whatever the fuck terms that people are using for those. Now that's what that's the foundation of the fucking insanity. That right there is the foundation of it. You have a lot of people, a bunch of tuckies, like I call them, right? Little babies, but who are monsters. Either they didn't face who they are. What do you think? A lot of criminals operate out of that. So again, living in this world, that's what you are encountering. You are dealing with people either self or their shadow. It's either or, either self or shadow. Now, the what you call the deceivers, those are the ones that appear like, what I'm saying? They're, but it's truly their shadows. Like they truly appear like, how can I say it? Like they're alive. They're really dead. Those are your, monsters. You're what you call the narcissist, whatever term you want to use for them. You know the niggas that can never take accountability for anything that they do. They step on your shoes. Hey, yo, bro, you had your shoes. You were standing next to me, dog. Yo, man, you made me step on you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know what I'm saying? You made me step on you, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's your fault. You know, and of course they become in denial, but they're not in touch with self. Of course, they're already that. Traitors. Those are the traitors, man. They traded the self. That's what people would call, the fucking devils, the evils. You can look at it from different perspective, but ultimately you're dealing with energy because the mind in itself, the soul always expresses itself. When we become conscious, we become one, we become a superconductor, meaning now we have a better relationship with ourselves. And a big part of that derives from you knowing who you are. And that's what sets you free. So again, we're dealing with level of consciousness in so many different ways. And that's what this is the name of the game. You want to attain the highest level of consciousness, knowing yourself more, embracing yourself more, whatever the fuck more, and more. And by you having that connection, you know what I'm saying, you're able to treat yourself better. You become more sane. That's why you treat people a certain way. But that comes with a level of consciousness that has materialized itself. Now you became a direct act. I mean, that become in now you having a direct connection with your fucking understanding, with your thinking, with who you are. Gotta let that marinate. I was going in for a second. I gotta come down for a minute. A whole lot of blows, man. That was a whole lot of blows. But but that's our connection to it. This is how real this shit is. Wake your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Wake your punk ass up. Yeah, that part. All the way that part. So now, oh man, dealing with is everything. And that's what the occult does. And as this being a direct experience, you are devoting yourself to it. Meaning it becomes this is you. Listen, man, you really gotta walk that walk, baby. But walking that walk means you walking it consciously. Because a lot of people are also going through the walk, but they don't know where they are. That's why they lost. They don't know where they are. How would they? Because you don't know who you are, and that's the trick. That's the thing. The minute you do, hey, listen, man, it's a whole different ball game, baby. You got it. Go get them. Put your feet down. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you do what you got to do. Stay on it. That's your treasure. That's your light. That's your guidance. That's your star. That's your everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's your key home. That's your key to home, man. Oh man, there's a bunch of stuff that I also wanted to address, but the spirit took it on a whole different route. Hey, I usually just go with the flow. You feel me? You know, everything that is said. I mean, that was said. It was supposed to be said. You know, and that's what we get for being in tune too. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's that's the whole part of this thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the highest state of consciousness too. And that's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? Becoming the greatest receiver. That's what the lave tete is. Open up your third eye. Because that's how the light's gonna come through. And I already talked about the whole, you know, let's just say scholarship or intellect part of it or the scholars. I mean, whatever the fuck, and or I guess the whole intellect part of it, because a lot of people are stuck on that part. Those are normally your philosophers. Those are your philosophers, man. And then you have that on one hand. On another hand, now you have your religious niggas. Very dramatic. Very emotional. You know what I'm saying? And then on that side, you had niggas that are more intellect. You see what I'm saying? But us, that's why a light worker, you walk on both sides. You gotta have your emotions and your intellect coming together. You know what I'm saying? That's how you become the one or the holy one, the perfect one. And at that point, listen, the matters doesn't even matter anymore. Now you have transcendent matter. Congratulations. And that's how you bypass matter by going through it. To understand that you are both physical and non-physical. And now you embrace both sides of it. Now you have a greater understanding of it. Otherwise, the minute you're divided, I mean, you understand what unity is. That's why you need it. Unity is always greater. That's why unity is always better because there's more that comes out of it. When you say you're a Democrat, there's a lot of great values that you have. Someone else was a fucking Republican. There's a lot of great values, great points that they also have. I want to benefit from both sides because why would this be good and then I'm saying this is not good if there's a good shit to it. So I'm saying that to say you are this is the whole gang mentality. Unity is always better, nigga. Because you would benefit more as, let's just say, a Republican, and then you would add some of this wisdom too. You know, literally, that will give you more on top of what you got. And if you have more on top of what you got, that means now you have a little bit more. That's why in life we always say you never really lose. I mean, you win or you learn. You're a winner either way. When you know what you know. But all of that has to do with also your level of course. Of course. But the more we talk about you, the more you understand your nature, the better you get at it. That's why you got to keep going. You know, because the occult now, what we're also doing is giving you a better or deeper understanding of your ordinary reality, dog. Yeah, that way. So, oh man, I guess we're gonna let it ride, nigga. Going back to your sanity, that's when, your spirituality is your humanity. The best spiritual motherfucker is gonna be the best human being ever. Why would I lie behind you? I'm not trying to deceive you. That's why they say being deceitful is evil. It's evil in a way, I get it. It's malicious. Damn. That's you being closed off. That's why a lot of the crimes, a lot of criminals, you'll see a lot of their life, they're more closed off. But the soul have to express itself one way or another. So it's going to manifest certain way. That's why, their shadow self will take over who they are. And that's the mind of a criminal, nigga. Or whatever the fuck you want to call these motherfuckers. And here's the funny shit. Anybody who's not fully conscious potentially can become one of these niggas. That's what they do in those fucking experiments. They put you in the fucking environment to see how would that environment shape you. But if you're different, then it becomes a problem because that's not how we're training niggas to be over here. Order in the court. Niggas say, order in the court. Depending on how you look at it, I might come here to cause some trouble too. Okay with that. Listen, that's the double sword. Oh man, I carry my cross, nigga, by myself. Piece of cake, if you ask. You know what I'm saying? And the more intuitive I am, you already know. You know what I'm saying? And that's my intention. I don't want to know anything else. That makes me a dangerous guy, nigga. I'm the meanest, the baddest. Shit. Hmm. You know. To the great listeners, man. Mm. Mm. To the great listeners, we always gotta salute you, dog. Always. Fair game, nigga. Fair game. It's fair game. Game. You know. But come on, man. We're doing God's work over here, man. That's what we came here to do. There's no negotiation on that side. That's what we came here to do, man. And it's a pleasure to be in a position where we can even talk about this. Like this is everything. This is the treasure. Because once you find it, it's like it sets you free, but also like you became that radiance for others. And that's how we're able to give sights to the blinds. Then you become that star, like that vibration. It's got to be seen. People got to see it. Oh, they got to know this is different. It's a must. If you're doing anything, that's the way it goes. You know, of course, we're bringing the pain. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no method man, but I definitely bring the pain, nigga. Otherwise, hey, yeah, we'll make it count. It's on you. And this is pretty much what all the spiritual teachers are doing. Hey, dude, yo, it's on you, baby. We give you all the facts for you to reflect, man, for you to study. Okay, we just like our ancestors did for us, and that's why we'll forever, what I'm saying, be grateful for these niggas. Ever. They must be coming through, you know what I'm saying? But yo, I gotta listen, man. Wow, always a pleasure. You hear me? I love all you motherfuckers. We roll deep on that side. Listen, I show up with all those fucking superheroes behind me. Like we show up with La Miss Celeste. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave it at that, baby. We're official members, man. And oh man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The experience so far has been beautiful. And I'm fucking really enjoying it. It's incredible. Seeing the greatness in myself and keep on evolving. And it's just incredible, man. It's incredible. Listen, I'm a living testimony, nigga. Shit. Nigga, let me tell you. Told you I was the meanest. I'm the badass motherfucker. Man, look here, man. The experience is wonderful. The ups and downs. Like the transition, the transformation, the evolution, the becoming, it's the whole thing is an art. It's an art. It's shit. I felt like I'm being put on blast. Oh shit, fuck it. I'll let it be. Listen, the experience so far, man, it's been a blast. It's like the more conscious you become, the more of a winner you become, then you realize everything happens for a reason. And you connecting the dots, it's just, it grows more in you. The connection now, I've had with not just nature, but life in itself, everything around me and beyond. It's fucking incredible. The connections with the fucking ancestors, even when even if you want to talk in the psychic field, meaning, because we are around the fucking electromagnetic field. Come on, man, it's not what you think it is, baby. I'm not the one tricking you, baby. Trust me, I'm not the one. I'm just trying to show you there's a trick though that's been pulled in front of you. God damn it, you gotta see it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you're gonna agree with me. You know what I'm saying? When you don't agree, it's okay. That's because you gotta see it first. I already know. Come on. You're compassionate like a motherfucker, nigga. You'll get it when you get it. When you're ready. What's the rush? What's the rush? You know what I'm saying? No, it's the rush. You know, at your convenience. That's how it works. Because the path of you becoming you. I mean, you got to be ready for you too. Uh, you, it's it's a whole lot of you going on. It's a whole bunch of shit that's taking place within you. And that's the enlightenment, well, a big part of it. The Krishna, the Buddha, that's the understanding they're trying to push down to you, to set you free. And that's why those are being said in those mythologies, the way they're being said. In Kemetic, we understand I was talking about mythology. That's what mythology does. The greatest of all for mind control, nigga. And of course, we did it. And you couldn't do it if you don't understand you. So if your essence is a living mind, what would be best but to give you a good narrative, nigga? You tell me. If you come up with anything else, leave a comment. Have at it, motherfucker. Have at it. Let me know. Hmm. So now the connection with self, in terms of sanity, I mean, really, it's only when you truly become spiritual because you can address your own feelings. I'm sorry. Yo, some niggas can't even say that shit, nigga. So you want to talk about the light? She Chuckies. Those are your Chuckies. And a lot of those people, they are potentially criminals. It's just a matter of putting them in certain situations. Listen, I've been down that memory lane. Like these niggas, I've been tapping into these motherfuckers. Well, I mean, there's another thing going on too. I'll talk about that later. Like those criminal minded, also it all derives from the darkness too, or evil, but not evil in, well, malicious, But it becomes that way through to disappointments, them rejecting the self. The more they do it, the more resentment they have for who they are, the more deceitful that they have to become, because we're not fucking with who we are. So the best thing for me to do is to be who I'm not, to become the greatest deceiver ever. That's that. That's where it takes intelligence for them to do that too. But it's intelligence that's taking you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not becoming in alignment with the self. Anything else will never matter. Something. Nothing else will matter. Literally. But again, you got to keep in mind, here's another level to this, is that your soul is also there too. It's your spirit. The consciousness is everywhere. Now let's just flip it. Let's just flip it for a second. Depending on who you are. Well, welcome, Nick. Consciousness is everywhere. When you tap into a certain level, I mean, based on the fucking recipient as well. You know what I mean? That's how it works, man. This shit could keep the ice for like 8 hours, nigga. You know what I'm saying? For real, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is a cup, but this is not a cup, dog. Not a paper cup. But anyway, going back to sanity again, because we're sane. You know what I'm saying? The only way for you to get there, is by you having more conscious of who you are. So what you call the world or the world around you, what you're dealing with, is insanity. Meaning a lot of people who do not know who they are. And at any given point, then you have your cops now. You have to watch out for these motherfuckers because those criminal, they don't know, they don't never take accountability, or some shit happened. They got disappointed. Somebody else got to pay for it. They embrace pain. Like that's what you're dealing with. That's a chaotic world. The self is not involved. Like a nigga like me, that's the world I know I step in, you know what I'm saying, to help them to remember, to reconnect with who the fuck they are. These niggas are wilding out there. So God, I got it. I got it. All right, shit. It's my turn, nigga. All right, all right, all right, all right. So Hoodie, sit down, baby. I got it. Feel me? Peace to the gods, man. You know what I'm saying? Saying to Hootie, that's my nigga. You heard? You know what I mean? So now, man, that's a lot that could be said, man. It could go from so many different angles. Now, well, that's the underlying meaning of the tree too, and that's who you represent. What tree are you? Tree of knowledge, saying or good or evil. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what it comes down to. And now, when you're dealing with criminals, you're dealing with people who shadow themselves. And that's the world, that's the relationship, that's your, as you say, a society that you're dealing with. You're dealing with a lot of, fakers, snakes. That's what you're calling them. You know what I'm saying? But all of that derives from like, how can they not be snakes? They were trained to be snakes. A lot of them, have succeeded at becoming snakes. Nevertheless, come on, man. I'm gonna walk on these motherfuckers. I'm saying you can never compare with the light. Because even though you might get smarter in the darkness, but you don't understand the darkness. That's why the darkness always end up killing you. You ain't real dark, nigga. This is what the real dark is, nigga. You're looking at it sideways. Equalizers, man. Come on, we got to do realignments. Got to be done. It's got to be done. That's what justice is. It's harmony. The scale got to balance, baby. What goes up, got to come down. What's done in the darkness, listen, it's got to come to light. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. You should have been in the light, nigga. You should have been in the light. Come on, man. We all got to pay a price. I paid mine, and you paying yours. You know what I'm saying? We both sacrificial land. I sacrificed myself to the real one. And then you sacrifice yourself. I mean, just to sacrifice yourself. You did it for no reason. You see, I sacrificed myself. You know what I'm saying? So hmm, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? You had wrong reasons. You got caught in the fucking illusion, nigga. We don't move the same. We don't talk the same. We don't laugh the same. We don't do nothing the same, nigga. You can copy all you want. It's all good. But you copy because that's not who you are. You're only gonna be that copy ever. That's just who you are. Sure. I'm saying, like, you hurting yourself. You're doing that. You're doing that. You're not even being fair to yourself. And that's my problem with you. You're not even giving yourself a fair one. You're not even giving yourself a fair one. I can't fuck with you. Never, ever, 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 forever. We're not the same, dog. You got to get in where you fit in. shoes ain't your size, man. Now look at what you're doing to yourself. Look at you. You defeated yourself. You disappointed yourself. You disappointed yourself. Look at you. Yeah. Shame on you, nigga. Shame on you. Shame on you. That's shame on you, dog. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna stop it here, guys. Always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Aisha.